Hi guys, and welcome back to probably the biggest episode of The Road to Glory we're going to have for quite some time. Definitely the biggest episode we've had so far. As you can see on the screen, we're starting off with a bang. We managed to finish the Master set, Ultimate Master set, and we got Deion Sanders 99 overall. I mean, this card is unbelievable. 98 speed, 98 acceleration with 97 zone, 95 catch, 97 play rate. He's just insane at everything. Pick 6 chem and return man chem. If you look at all the stats, he just looks like he is the best card in the game at the moment, I think. But I'm going to use him in today's episode, I think. But what I want to hear from you guys, if I don't do it already throughout the bit later in the episode, because I'll probably be doing the games tomorrow. I just wanted to get the first bit out, you know, while it's fresh, while we've just done the set. What I want to know from you guys is, should we keep him or should we sell him and try and get someone else? Because there are definitely other players that we can get. You know, we could trade him in for the new Night Train lane, which is what I'm thinking I might do, because he is a more complete player and I think he'll hold his value for a lot longer than Deion will. I mean, Deion does hold his value quite well because he will be the best coverage corner in the game, hands down. Like, even right up to the end of the game. But Night Train lane, a little bit cheaper, but I think he might have a bit more of an impact. You know, let me know what you guys think when it comes to that. Whether you want me to keep Deion, see some gameplay with him, or if not, we can get a lot more players into the team just through his value. But what we're going to do, obviously, we're going to put him into the lineup. I think I'm going to have to put him in instead of Butler. I mean, Butler does so well for me, but obviously, Deion's going to be better. I mean, Butler helps with chems quite a lot, to be honest. As you can see, he gets me up an overall. The overall just dropped by a point there from having Deion in. But, I mean, look at those stats. He's better than Willie Brown at everything, and Willie Brown is a very, very good player. So, okay, we go back up to a 97 overall, actually. But I think all I'm going to do this episode is just jump into some gameplay. I don't know if I changed the team around last episode or not, but we've got... Anyway, if I didn't, I'll just go through the defence now. We've got Reggie White in there, managed to pick him up. Not cheap, but he wasn't too expensive. We've also got Ziggy in there at right end, who should play very well. I mean, we're playing a 3-4. I've changed the system around a little bit. We're going to be playing a 3-4, which is why we've got Leonard Floyd in there with Bobby Wagner. Tahir Whitehead, very good in the 3-4, and Reggie White and Dontari Poe, with Darius in there, just for the chems. The line push and the pass rusher chem was for Reggie White, as was Leonard Floyd's one. But do let me know what you guys, who you want to see in the team. Next episode, I did get a comment last episode to put in Dak, Zeke, and Des Bryant, which is who I will put in. I mean, I can put them in and they should get pretty nice chems by themselves, but I'll work the team around a little bit as opposed to that. We've also got Williams in there already with the Dallas chem. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episodes at this point. I want to get some gameplay in with this 99 Deion, so that is what I will do. You know, as I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, but for now, we'll jump into some gameplay. So guys, jumping into today's game, we're going up against Devin McCourty, John Randall, and Sterling Shepard there, with our top 3, Reggie White, Steve McNair, and Deion Sanders. One thing I did forget to do in this game, and you won't be seeing any returns because of it, is I forgot to put Deion on return duties, which is quite annoying, considering that is what, I mean, that's one of the main reasons you're going to get him. Besides the coverage stuff, obviously, one of the big things is, you know, mucking around with getting huge returns off of his chems. But we could have used it, considering we got 2 kickoffs basically straight away, because my opponent got a forced fumble there, fumble recovery, and took it to the house. So we're down 7-0 very early on. But I know it's not something everyone agrees with, but he's a D-line user, and in my eyes that means I know I can beat him, because certain routes the computer just doesn't cover them, like that. I could just do that literally all game, get 7-8 yards per play, and I'll win. But what I'm trying to do, not trying to do it every single play, not trying to go for the same route every single play, and hopefully mix it up a little bit here and there. But when it comes to 3rd and 6, I know the slant will be open, considering he's not going to be user in it, and we're going to go to that literally every third down against him. We're getting a little bit of a nice drive going here. Obviously trying to make up for that forced fumble that he got on me within 20 seconds of the game. I've got to score. He gets bought at half, so I know I've got to score pretty quickly here. Hopefully make him turn the ball over and go up in the lead myself. But Greg Olsen, if you haven't given this card a go, give it a go. I know I give Dallas Clark a lot of props in this game, and he does deserve it. But this Greg Olsen card is nearly as good, I think, in my opinion, if not better. Plus, he can run block a hell of a lot better. I mean, Dallas Clark, I'd have to change him out, swap him in and out all the time on runs, which sometimes I didn't always do. But Greg Olsen, you don't have to do that. He's such a good receiving threat and such a good blocking threat as well. Unfortunately, that would have been a touchdown if it wasn't for Gronk getting in the way of our receiver. And I'm going to try and go for it on fourth just because I think I can get it. I'm going to try it to Larry Fitz, but he gets a nice bat down there. So it's 7-0. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send a lot of people. As you can see, we've got a lot of people ready to go on a blitz. Hopefully get him to sort of his own 3-yard line and hopefully get a safety after that. But unfortunately he goes for a toss. Didn't expect that whatsoever. And it looks like he was gone at this point. But we do have, very, very fast players who can make up the speed Todd Gurley doesn't have. But he does get to our 28-yard line. Quite annoying. But I'm going to stick to my guns. He throws it straight at my user. I could have cut upfield there, got the pick, and that would have been an easy pick six. Unfortunately, we didn't do that, and he's getting very close to going 14-0 up. And at this, when you go 14-0 down, it is very frustrating. But fortunately for us, Reggie White gets a forced fumble of his own and a fumble recovery. And if you haven't tried Reggie White and you've got the coins to do it, definitely get him. He's easily the best D lineman I've used this year. I mean, I used Aaron Donald for a little while. He wasn't getting much pressure, but Reggie White gets so much pressure. And if you do use the D line, he's very good for that with the jump the snap chem. Nice little spin move from Olsen there to get a few extra yards. But yeah, if you haven't tried Reggie White out, just use him because he's good in 3-4, 4-3. He's not good in coverage, but I'm sure he'll do a hell of a job there if that's what you want him to do. But something I am going to ask you guys is, I've got a lot of coins now. I did decide to sell Deion, so we're up to about 2.5 million coins as of now, with a 97 overall team. So we have a lot of coins in the bank. If you guys want me to sort of do reviews of cards that are out, maybe cheap beasts or something, which is more relevant for some other people who don't have as many coins as I do, I can do reviews on cheap cards that you can pick up to make your teams a lot better. But do let me know if you want to see me start reviewing cards, because I can get sort of quick 5-minute reviews out fairly often. I suppose I can do the reviews on cards, get a bit of gameplay in the background of the cards performing. I can do that. I don't know if it'll be easier to do than this, but I'd love to give it a go because I love doing the card reviews and things like that. The idea of it, just good for the community, I think. But anyway, we scored a nice touchdown. Got him. Well, I was in goal line, and he wasn't in a goal line stopping defence when I was doing it. And I knew he wasn't going to be because he was running exactly the same defence quite a lot of the time. One of these guys who runs cover 3 a hell of a lot of the time. So we scored off that, forcing him to punt the ball in the third quarter. Greg Olsen, once again, fighting for a few extra yards. Just going to take the check down there. And I know if I continually go for slant routes, one of them's going to be open. One was wide open there, but he did send in the blitz. I thought we were going to pick it up a bit better than we did off the left-hand side, because he was sending a blitz off the left-hand side a lot. Which is why when you see me run it, I'm going to be running it to the right quite a lot, or look like I'm running it to the right quite a lot, so the blitz won't come in. He did change it up there and go for a corner blitz, which ends up not going very well for him, because Larry Fitz picks up a disgusting block there for Greg Olsen to take it in for the touchdown. So we're 14-7 up at this point. Just taking, I'm not going for the 2 points or anything. I'm playing it safe at this point, because even though he is user in his D-line, scoring on his defence is very hard, because cover 3 in this game I find sometimes is just very overpowered. I give him, over the middle, absolutely wide open there. Terrible user from me. I know he's going to go from the toss by the way he motioned his receiver over to block. Yeah, it was his receiver over to block, and he'd been doing it quite a little bit this game. So I know that's the play that's going to happen. But he is getting a nice little drive on me. He's into the fourth quarter. I know he won't score with no time left. So I know I'll have time left, even if he does score, to at least get a field goal to win the game. 3 minutes left. As you can see, he's got a quite fair way down the field, but he can't run the ball anymore. Dontari Poe, Reggie White and Ezekiel Ansah have stopped the run very, very well this game, except for the toss. Toss play's nothing really to do with them. They can't stop that. But hopefully, you know, we can come up with something big here, and we come up with a very nice pick. I can't exactly see who that is, but it's going to be a pick 6 to the house, and that should be game over, you'd think. I mean, we're go up 22-7, I think, so I went for the 2-point and we ended up getting it, but you think that'd be game over at this point. But my opponent actually stays, which is quite nice. Gets a little bit extra gameplay in there for you guys. Trying to get some user in over the middle. I'm sending in a few different plays, a few blitzes, just to see if they work. And one play that I've seen quite a lot is the DB Fire Blitz, which this is. I subbed Deion in. I don't know if it was this play or one of the other plays coming up, but subbed Deion in to get very quick pressure. It came off very nicely there, and Leonard Floyd, I think his name is, gets a pick over the middle. Very good for user in that card, actually. He's 6'6", pretty quick, good block shed, good everything like that. And this was just sort of the nail in the coffin there. I thought, what I've noticed is if you get a user pick, your team seems to play a little bit better for a few plays straight after. And I was going to try that, just lob it up to Antonio Brown of all people, and he comes down with a nice aggressive catch off that. So we're 28-7 up. It is pretty much game over at this point. But you know, our opponent, fair play to him, didn't give up. I'm still sending in that DB Fire Blitz just to try and get pressure on him. Hopefully get another turnover and make it, you know, game over at this point. Comes in nice and big there with Willie Brown and getting a sack. And one thing I do need to work on these plays is getting the right people in the right positions, because Willie Brown's, I mean, he's fast, but DRC would be better there. Would be able to get pressure off a lot better there. And Willie Brown is better in coverage, so I should be swapping them around. I did figure that out, you know, as the game went on. I did put Deion into the blitz, as I said, and obviously he's good in coverage. But 98 speed, he's going to get pressure on very quick. If you watch him, near enough every play, if I send him on a blitz, he's in and around the quarterback instantly, or near enough instantly. Very nice throw from my opponent there. Also, if you have any players to recommend for me to do reviews on, which, I mean, I might look into start doing. If you have any players you want me to review, do let me know. If you're looking to pick up a certain player, I could give them a go in an episode. Or not in an episode of this, sorry, just in a little review by themselves. Because I think that's something the community doesn't have, are good reviews of players. But that is it for this episode, guys. We pick up the win with the new Deion Sanders. Did sell him, but we did pick up the win with him in the team. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon.